That part alone is captivating enough for you to want to see the rest of the movie, I must admit. Well, it's time for us to have a guest discussion this morning on Wake Up Nigeria. And for that, we've got Levi Freeman, a rising Nigerian filmmaker known for crafting compelling narratives. From his debut at the Ebony Life Creative Academy to his latest project, they are still out there. Levi merges art with activism, addressing themes like gender equality, patriarchy, and the likes. It's such a pleasure to have you in the studio with us this morning. How are you doing?
I'm all right. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. So now, Levi, let's talk about your career as a filmmaker.
Okay.
Now, when people decide to go into films, there's that option of becoming a producer, a director, and all. Most people gravitate towards being the actor,
Yes.
or combining all of it. Why did you decide to start from filmmaking itself?
Well, I wanted to be an actor as well, you
Okay.
know. So when I started my journey, I always wanted to be in front of the camera.
Okay.
And that was early on back in like maybe secondary school.
Okay.
But, you know, the further I went with life, you just find out things working in a different direction and it's all still working for you. And that's exactly what happened to me. From wanting to be in front of the camera, things just started to turn around. And as a storyteller, I got fueled more by trying to create the whole process, you know. So that's what it was for me. And even till now, like I'm still like, you know, earning my stripes, you know. So yeah.
So far, so good. Filmmaking.
Yeah.
What has your experience been like? What are the challenges you faced? What are those things that keep you going? What has it been like so far?
Well, first thing first, being in this part of the world hasn't been easy, you know, but thank God for like Lagos State. They supported my journey to Ebony Life and for the training that, you know, we went through. And that was very, very like important, you know, for me as a filmmaker, especially, you know, having no connections or no link, or, you know, or nobody who is actually there to give you the string. You have to actually work for it. So I had to start from a place of, you know, down there. And when I went for, it all started when I went for my master's. So what happened was I had to do a course on script writing and we had to shoot a short film and stuff like that. And, you know, I got carried away. You know, I just got into it, you know, so I started writing. I started like I got involved in other process of, you know, filmmaking. Then Ebony Life happened. And when it happened, what it did for me was all this aspect of filmmaking that I have, you know, absorbed growing up, like watching movies, because that's another way we learn filmmaking, by watching movies. And, you know, school and everything so far, like Ebony Life just brought it and put it together like, yo, this is how we should be. And for me, that was like, oh, I got it already, like, let's move. So, you know, so that just made things happen like quicker for me. And I actually branched into shooting music videos because I'm a storyteller and I can't wait till I'm shooting my own film before I work, you know. So I took the music part and blended it with like, with storytelling
So
for
that you're
music
telling the
videos.
story behind
Exactly,
the song as well.
exactly. So if I can talk about my style when it comes to shooting music videos, it's not about just random stuff. You know, I like layers, depth, you know, so yeah. So I would say it's been phenomenal. At the same time, I won't say it's a struggle, but you actually have to work really hard. Every part of filmmaking is something I've embodied, from writing to directing, which is my favorite part because I get to put the whole part together, to editing, you know, and light design. What we just worked on, I did the light design for that project, and it was just another aspect of actually creating, you know, because the light is telling the story. You're trying to put people in a particular mood, and you know, so that was also part of it.
You sound so alive when you talk about your crafts. It's difficult not to be drawn into your words.
Right.
Really feel
Thank
it
you.
the way you must feel
Yeah,
it right now.
yeah.
And so I'm very curious about something. We know quite well that remuneration is important. And as a filmmaker, there are different ways you try to ensure that you, yes, give the best,
Yeah.
but at the same time still, you know, make sure it's profitable.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to make reference to something that is currently trending, the exit or no exit of a big streaming platform in Nigeria. What effects do you think it would have on your career and on the industry as a whole?
So, good question, because as of 2 days ago when I had that news, like I'm working on a project that's still out there, and I intend to sell it to Netflix. It's a short film, very powerful. And when I heard the news, well, I'm already built different because I don't see like problems, just challenges, you know. And I'm like, yo, like I know I'll find a way around it. But generally, to answer your question, I feel like, first of all, as filmmakers in Nigeria, like we need to go. We're doing. People who came before us, you know, Daniel Reahi. These guys have done things to propel us like to the next. For us to even say we want to have our movies on Netflix, you know. But now we need to like catch up and pay attention to quality. Pay attention to we've gone past storytelling, you know, old Hollywood. They had like good storytelling and stuff, and then we came into this era where we had good light design, good setup and stuff like that. Now we actually have to go back into creating a body of work.
You know what, I'm just going to have you pause there. We will continue the conversation because I'd like us to see another stuff from him, especially the one we were watching earlier. He is really talented, so you can really understand this passion of his. Please, let's take a look. Now, what is that one called?
Full Circle. Are you talking the name of the film?
Yeah.
Yeah, Full Circle. It has to do with like, you know, the cycle of life. You know, what goes around comes around. You know, when you think that you're doing something to other people for your own gain, you need to understand that it's coming right back at you, whether you like it or not. Either way, you know, we're just like, we're all connected, you know. And funny thing is, this also is in line with the project I'm working on like recently, in sense of we all being connected, which is you know, he for she, gender equity, and we overlook certain things, you know, in this system we've created, patriarchy, and we go from, you know, oh yeah, she did this. This is what women do. This is
what's obtainable.
You know,
this is
not realizing that we set up the tone for that. So we need to go back and, you know, look into ourselves and the role we play in society individually. Yeah.
So there's something about your work. It's very intense. And so I'm wondering, what inspires you? What is that thing that when you're about to put pen to paper, it fuels you, drives you, it pushes you? What is it?
Should I be honest with you?
What?
The word you use, intense, is literally what I'm called. Intense.
Oh.
Right?
Not surprised.
Yeah, so for me, especially from the creating stage, writing, like, I'll be honest with you, I don't know. You know, I just have to go inside. There's this thing I tell my clients who want to shoot a video with me. I'm like, give me the song, I'll go in, I have to go into a place and I'll be back. You know, and when I come back, I have all, and it's just all rushing, you know, it's all rushing, and you know, okay, I have to put this together, put it in one piece. So it doesn't just start up with me understanding the whole piece, it just comes bit by bit. You know, and I believe like there's a, I call it the God of creativity, who is one way or the other aligning whatever it is that I'm doing, whether I know it or not, as long as I'm focused on what I'm trying to do.
You know, there's so much to you, and I really hope that you eventually make your way back to acting, because I would like to see you interpret it yourself. Some of these things you're able to make people interpret the way you want it. It's amazing. It's a skill. And I commend you for your great work. Well done.
Thank you.
I really look forward to celebrating you at the top. I do.
Thank you.